Hey guys! If you're new here, my name is Fiona. I am a deferred entry medical student. I got 4 A stars at A level last year in biology, chemistry, psychology and EPQ. In this video, I'm going to be showing you a revision schedule on how to get those grades as well. So everyone talks about making a revision schedule, but how exactly do you make one? So for me, I use this app called My Study Life, and you can use it on your phone, on your laptop. It's incredibly easy to use. It's a very simplistic layout. So the first thing you need to do is put all your subjects as classes. Because your revision timetable is the same for every week, so ideally it should repeat each week. Then you also need to make sure that it overlaps with your school timetable. I'm just going to walk you through my thought process here. I did a maximum of 2 subjects per day to ensure that I had maximum memory retention. If I revised all 3 subjects, it would be difficult to go in depth and more thoroughly. Wednesday was my most full day, so I anticipated that I would be extremely tired at the end of the day. So I only gave myself 1 subject to revise that day. I really liked biology. I found that it was very engaging and it was the easiest for me to study. So on days that you are tired, give yourself subjects that are easy to revise and can study with very little willpower. I made sure that my subjects that I revised were the same as the classes that I took that day. This is just because you can allocate yourself time to studying new content that you've just learned, or making new flashcards, or doing past paper questions, and it's just a lot more flexible. The subject that I struggled with the most personally was psychology, so I put that on the days that I had very little lessons. So that was Thursday and Friday, where I only had 1 class that day. During the non-exam season, I would just put down a subject and I wouldn't write any specific topics to revise. So I would just put biology instead of writing genetics and evolution. This gave me more flexibility since in year 13 you're still learning new content. Year 13 is probably going to be the most academically challenging year you've had thus far. You're learning the same volume of content as in year 12 in half the time. So it's going to be hectic, it's going to be extremely draining, but having a revision schedule definitely helps. My revision timetable in exam season, so April onwards, was slightly different. I did put the specific topics down, and you should definitely include year 12 content in your revision timetable. It just makes sure that you don't miss out on anything too soon, and you should aim to study about 1 to 2 subject chapters per day. My second tip is to stay consistent. I am not joking when I say I stayed till 6 p.m. every day after school, and part of this was because I didn't have a monitor like a computer at home. I just had my laptop, and just staying at school gave me that motivation to work and study. You should also remove all distractions from your environment, including your phone. And that also includes people as well. Don't offer to study with people who are going to be distracting, who's going to want to talk to you. You might say, Fiona, I've seen someone who got A stars but didn't even work this hard, didn't revise this hard. What works for someone else might not work for you. What takes you 2 hours to revise might take someone 20 minutes to learn. Everyone is different in their learning capabilities, and that's okay. It's super important to understand when you're approaching burnout. I was able to do 2 hours of revision a day every weekday, and then I started burning out 2 weeks before the exam. So that's something that I would have changed previously. If I was doing the exams again, I would probably not work as hard, but in a more consistent way. My third and final tip in this video is to always be flexible. You know yourself best and you know your limits. I always left the revision sessions 1 week before my actual exam blank. I didn't give myself specific topics to revise, and that was because I trusted my future self in knowing my weakest points. So for me, that was the genetics and the plant parts in biology, the physical chemistry in chemistry, and remembering the case studies in psychology. that's it for today. If you enjoyed watching this video, I'm going to be doing some medicine, A-level, and some lifestyle vlogging content. If you're interested in that, please subscribe. I'm also selling my notes on my website, themediocredoctor.square.site. I have my podcast linked below as well. It's called Medic Mornings, and we just talk about everything medicine. All links are in the description below, and see you next time. Bye bye.